Dude,
What's going on?
long time, dude.
I haven't been on this. I used to do your podcast
That's
when I
right.
was living with my sister, and I would go out to the car.
Yeah, we did a couple car podcasts.
People would give me a weird look. We did together too. We were both in the car with like fucking headphones on, looking like weirdos.
Yeah.
We look like we're like like undercover cops, like sporting out a place.
Dude, another thing is sitting in a car. People don't realize that are like not Chicago people. Like people in Chicago, you should not hang out in cars. That's how people get shot. Like people, like there's
and they're giving us looks,
dude. There's a lot of people in Chicago that they're sitting in their cars smoking weed or like hanging out, and then that's when like gangbangy type activity walks up because they think they're like operatives or whatever, and that's how they get shot and killed every year.
Drugs.
Or you're selling drugs.
Yeah,
so for us, like
too.
two white nerds doing a freaking podcast in a car with like headphones and like handheld microphones.
Even better, we're giving each other head. We're like fucking two gay dudes.
Yeah, it does look like two gay dudes, like just like hooking up and going, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?"
All three options are bad.
Yeah, no, you're right, dude.
Two guys in a car, especially at night.
Yeah,
you know, like just like staring at each other, talking, like something's going on.
Yeah,
it's not good. We're like, we're just doing a podcast here.
Yeah, you know what though? I think podcasts are so freaking popular now, and everybody's doing content. Everybody does content now. Like, do you notice that? Like, you're noticing like everybody has a podcast now. Everybody is doing content. There's like,
what
dudes,
do you mean by content? Like talking about specific things?
I'm talking about like people on TikTok with their moms and dads. Right,
oh,
where they're like breaking down videos, and it's like there's like I don't know their names, but there's a famous kid with like like a 22-year-old probably, and he's on TikTok with his mom, and he'll show like the popular video, and then he'll basically be like, "What do you think, mom?" type stuff. I mean, that's not what he says, but then she breaks it down, and then he throws in a little comment, and dude,
showing like the age gap difference or something.
Big.
Well, I mean, yeah, if everyone's doing a podcast, that's why it's so hard to, like you said. You'll post something like this. I just did a good podcast or did this, and then you post it, and you have like 20
3
views
likes
are here, and then you post some dumb shit about like you said, or you talk about Motley Crue or some like GI Joe.
Talk about something when you're a kid,
and then all this.
I don't want to be that dude on TikTok that's like showing Serpentor like action figures that are in like a Ziploc bag, or he actually has it in the casing or the actual packaging that never came out.
I got Snake Eyes from GI Joes when I was young.
Dude, everybody loved Snake Eyes, man.
Dude, that was the hardest one to find back then.
Well, because everybody wanted Snake Eyes.
Yeah, he's probably the most popular, right?
Yeah, him and Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow was Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and then you break it down. Then it was probably like you could have went off of different areas like Zartan and his crew. Serpentor. Yeah. I mean, Cobra Commander was not always like the favorite, but I mean,
What about those two twins, the bad dude
twins?
Yeah,
Eric and something else. Like they were the evil twins. Yeah, those were big time. Those were like part of Zartan's kind of crew on the side somewhere.
Sentences and then, you know what I like?
Dude, I used to love G.I. Joe, dude.
That was my favorite.
Dude,
still like
big
from
time
my
into
childhood.
G.I. Joe when I was a kid.
You remember like Cobra Commander was like the shit, and then they brought in the Serpentor or whatever.
Serpentor,
and then all of a sudden Cobra Commander was
Cobra Commander,
little bitch. Cobra Commander turned into a little bitch.
They cut him.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, he was. Yeah. Well, because
it's embarrassing,
dude. Goes well. First of all,
I like it.
Yeah, he lost his gangsterness, like Cobra Commander, right? Because dude, when you got dudes like Destro, the guy's got a metal. He's got like a metal head. Yeah, Destro and like the Baroness, and I mean those were like evil people. They were like evil people, and then
cool as hell too.
They made Serpentor. I remember they made Serpentor. Like G.I. Joe was really. That's kind of really Nazi-ish, right? Like sci-fi, like Nazi-ish or something like that. Because they're kind of talking like it feels like it has like a Germany, like 1940s Germany type of like that's kind of like where they're cut a cloth.
World.
Yeah,
it's totally like that. And then also there's Snake Eyes in what's his name? Storm
Shadow.
Storm Shadow. That was like one's white, one's black. They're doing that fight there. They're doing it's all like inner like world fighting.
Yeah.
And then Cobra Commander was like, I don't even know what was. Did he have a face under there? I don't.
He always had that like metal shield thing there that like the chick was wearing that the Donald Sterling chick that snitched on Donald Sterling. Remember when the chick released the phone call on the Clippers owner?
Yeah,
10 years back. That's crazy how long that was. It was like 10 years back. And then I remember when she was releasing those videos, she had like almost like a Cobra Commander visor on. It's like, what are you doing, lady?
At least you got to see what she looked like before. Like Cobra Commander, you're expecting like it was like Darth Vader or somebody take it off and he's got like an acid face or something.
Yeah.
But they never revealed that shit. Right?
I don't know. I thought they showed him one time or something like that. But dude, G.I. Joe was, I mean, for kids, like a kid's cartoon.
It was like a boys like soap opera.
Yeah, it was.
You know, like last time on G.I. Joe.
Dude.
Remember at the end of each episode, they would have the...
they'd always do the public
whatever.
announcement, and no one is half the battle.
There's like no one's half the battle, and there's like a kid trapped in an abandoned refrigerator.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was such a big thing. Like
I think they were trying
so many
to
abandoned refrigerators just tossed on the side of the road.
That used to be a problem though with the abandoned refrigerators.
How was that?
Well, first of all, the old school refrigerators, like the ones that like had like the ones when we were not little, but they were still kind of were around. But they were more when our parents were around. Yeah. Those refrigerators, when you would shut them, they would lock, and kids would get them in them, and they would suffocate. Throw away refrigerators now. Even now, they still take the doors off. They'll just and they're much easier now because now they don't lock because now they just have the magnetic. The junk guys will come. Like junk guys,
you have to get someone to take
no,
that
the
away,
junk
right?
guys, dude. You put most refrigerators on a curb, and that's what's so funny, dude. Is like I can't remember who I was talking to like a year ago, and they were like, "What?" I go, dude, just put it on the curb. I go, you put it on the curb, and I go, you go out there in an hour, and it's gone. There's junk guys that go up and down these streets that you don't even realize that they're there because you're not in that world. They'll take it like that, dude.
It's the truck full of like the Mexicans that go down the alleys and then they have
in
like
Chicago.
It's
Mexican dudes.
Wired around.
Yep, in Ohio where I grew up at, it was just like white dudes that were like have like dirty T-shirts on and stuff like that.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I knew a junk dude. I knew a junk dude in Ohio that but my stepdad knew him and stuff, and that dude made dough, man. He really? Treated it like a job. They're out there, dude. Those dudes treat it like a job. Like these guys you're talking about here, dude. I mean, they got more competition, but there are more people here. And so, yeah, they're up and down these alleys. They know what trash day is. They're on the move, man.
Yeah, half the stuff out there is probably covered in bed bugs.
Yeah.
Though. I don't trust that shit.
No. They're not taking them home. They're scrapping them, dude. They're getting like $5 per oven, $5 for a refrigerator. So they're just looking at like $5, $7, $8.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember when bed bugs came out because
bed bugs have been around forever. Don't let the bed bugs bite. That shit, dude. Bed bugs have been around since medieval times and before.
I didn't know what they were talking about, but like,
you don't know what it's talking about until you have bed bugs. I've never had bed bugs, but
people used to pick up shit in alleys all the time. Like our old roommate, you're like he was bragging about the whole apartment was furnished by an alley.
That's how you drag in like bed bugs and roaches.
In the couch.
Yeah,
like he had like framed pictures on the wall.
Oh, it's gross, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's throwing a perfectly good couch out in a fucking alley, there's got to be. It's either covered in piss underneath.
It just depends.
Like
sometimes when people get evicted, like if there's like a landlord that goes, "This stuff's got to get out of my place because I got to get it painted, got to get cleaned up, and I got to rent it." That's how you see good stuff on the curb. But like if most of the time, don't trust it, dude.
Don't trust. There's either a blood stain somewhere on it or there's some shit like that. I've never grabbed anything, I don't think, out of an alley or any fucking... I mean, I've gotten low-end shit, like, from my apartment. Like, I just moved in here, and I didn't have anything. Like, I had nothing, because I moved out... I probably... Yeah,
because you were living with a girl. You're living with a woman.
No, but I've moved out... I'm older now, but I've lived like almost every year. I've moved into a new place, new place, and had to move out myself. That I don't even have shit I want to take with me anymore. I'm basically can move out of a place like in 3 Jewel Osco bags, just toss shit.
You know what though, dude? But my wife and I, we moved from we sold a house 3 years ago, and then we bought a house as soon as we sold that house, and then like I told you before, man, I hired a mover to move all our stuff to our new house, and then. And you move the old stuff from the old house to your new house because the new house is nicer than the last house, and you instantly realize this stuff here is not good enough for this house. So you have to instantly just start getting new furniture for your new place. Anyways, when you get a new place, you almost have to get unless you're that guy that has like cool furniture. Like some people are like the cool furniture people, so their furniture looks good and everywhere, or they're already moving to their new place and they're planning on this furniture looking good at this place. But
if you're moving in with a woman, she's got all this.
Yeah, they throw all your shit out and stuff, and
color coordinating. Yeah, they throw all your shit out.
Dude,
like, we're not putting up that football jersey framed in the living room. What?
I don't know what's wrong with that, dude. Football jersey frame, dude. I tell you what, I'm with the football jersey frame. And
they make fun of us for having a man cave, but it's because we can't put the shit anywhere else.
I know. Well, like, because normally guys have shit taste. Dude, tell the listeners how many women you've lived with.
I just completed living with my 10th woman.
Do you remember all the names?
Okay, there's Melissa. It's Carrie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go in order. Melanie.
Melissa.
There was another Melissa.
Oh my God.
Jen.
Okay.
Olivia. How many we at?
Like 5.
There was Jessica.
Yeah.
Lori. There's a few M's. Meg.
Okay.
And that's 9, right?
Yeah.
Michelle.
Okay. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You know what,
that's
though?
Like, that's not dating. That's living with them.
No, that's live with them and stuff.
That's like you both got a toothbrush, sharing a toothbrush fucking dish.
Did most of them, like, they go bad, like, right away, or is it like, we were with each other for like a year or two and then it went bad? I mean, is it all like within 3 months it starts going downhill or what?
Look, like, I'm not like a guy who's like, I jump into love real easy. I'll jump into an apartment real easy though because I don't have the finances. Like,
yeah,
so
but dude, a lot of people do that.
But it's not like I'm not like doing it like I don't have any other outs for all the reasons. But it's for like,
listen,
if it's gonna work, it's gonna work.
If a chick is into you and you're into her, I mean, it is a good indicator if this is gonna work. You might as well try to live with each other because guess what, man? Yeah, it is harder when you're younger with each other though because you're a younger guy, you're a wilder guy, they're wilder, But I mean, it is an indicator if it. That's what blows my mind when people go, I've been dating for like 5 years, and we're like, dude, I've met comedians that I can't remember who it was a couple years ago before COVID that they were like, yeah, we're with each other for like 3 years and we're about to move in with each other, and I'm like, have you guys ever lived with each other or anybody else? No, I've never lived with the outside. I've always lived at home. Has she ever lived with anybody? No, she's always lived at home. That is when you move in with somebody, dude. That's like a big challenge because it will make you or break you. A lot
of people don't even like move in until they're like married.
Which I get why they're doing that, but they don't realize like how much of a stress it's putting on you because, dude, you don't know if you guys could live with each other. You don't know if this person's going to drive you crazy. You don't know how dirty they are. You don't know if they even pay their bills. There's a bunch of like things that you just do dirty, not know.
Like leaving like little things that like just drive you crazy. Leaving dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
Fucking
leaving socks laying around. Dude, I'm the guy that leaves clothes like laying around.
Yeah.
Like I'll take off like a shirt and in shorts and just throw them on my couch and it will be there for like 3 days. And my wife's the one coming at me like, hey, what's up with this?
Yeah, what's up with that? Or like leaving like little things that like just drive you crazy. Leaving dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
Fucking
leaving socks laying around. Dude, I'm the guy that leaves clothes like laying around.
Yeah.
Like I'll take off like a shirt and in shorts and just throw them on my couch and it will be there for like 3 days. And my wife's the one coming at me like, hey, what's up? I'm just
like, things you don't even know you do. They're like, they'll be like, you clear your throat a lot.
Oh, you know
that? And they're like, they're not telling you because they're like just being nice, telling you it's annoying them.
Yeah.
So they're like, I clear my throat all the time too.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, that's the one thing my dad left me was like,
I know. I don't know what it is. It's when we get older or something like that because that's what old people do.
And a lot of times, if you're out in public doing that, you can't keep doing it if it's still stuck in there because they'll look even more insane. You look like a crazy person
clearing your throat all the time. Trust me, I'm like a clear. But you know what? It's because I drink so much coffee. I never absolutely. I know it's the coffee. I know it's yeah. But dude,
I do it a lot.
But dude, living with women and stuff. So it's when you tell me that you've lived with like 10 women and you're no spring chicken either. Like I mean, it's neither am I. But I'm saying like that's like nothing.
And one with a kid. There was one that had a kid, but then
what's funny about with the one with the kid is you live with her for like a year and a half or something, right?
Yeah.
And you never once watched the kid.
And then I had to one day, and it went terrible. But in my defense, I like to do things. If someone tells me to do something, I like to do it horribly, so they don't ask me ever to do it again.
Is that the move you do?
Yeah, that's the move I do. So it's like I'll trust you with this, and then he can't do that at all, so I can't ask him to do that again. That's my move.
Yeah.
So yeah, she asked me to take care of the kid, but I honestly didn't know. I'd never taken care of a kid. But I never changed. I watched him for 8 hours. I didn't change its diaper. It was like
you never changed
1.5 years old. We were running around at the playground.
You watched a kid for 8 hours and never once changed the diaper? Oh my God, dude.
And she's like, didn't you know he's like walking with like. He's like walking with like an arched back. Oh my God!
She told her family. She told her friends. Like it's like,
dude. He's like he's walking around heavy. You can't see that. I'm like, I don't know what a kid. They're playing.
Yeah.
And then so never again ask.
And dude, another thing is if you're living with a chick that has a kid, like one of the benefits of having a boyfriend that you're living with is that like, oh, he's gonna watch the kid, and I could have a little bit more freedom to go to the store, go to here, maybe go out with the girls or something like that because he's my guy, and you're not watching the kid ever.
Dude, she didn't, no, I'm not watching the kid ever, and she also didn't trust anybody with her kid at that old age.
Which is good.
Like
that's
anytime
good.
she had her mom like watch her kid, that was the only one. That's when she was working. So there was if there was any free time, which you barely ever had, it was like we were going on a date, if anything. But that never happened. So it's like you don't realize that. I mean, I dated her before she had the kids, so I thought it was going to be all cool and stuff. And then we move in together, and all of a sudden the kids running around. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
And I was like a scumbag too. I mean, I wasn't. I would hang out at Caribou Coffee till like 9 p.m. when the kid's about to go to bed and then just come back.
Dude,
over.
But people don't realize, like, and I don't think women realize it either. I don't think right away that they don't realize, they eventually understand it, how, like, single mothers are hard to date, dude. They're hard to date. There's a lot that comes along with them, dude.
And you're not knowing if they're, like, living with their mom, and then, like, you don't see that they're all just on them.
Yeah.
You can't, like you said, you're the only ones. You can't leave that kid. You go into the bathroom and
another thing is, dude, like if you're dating a chick with a kid and then she has like an ex-husband or a baby dad or something like that, then you got to deal with that dude's personality. And sometimes those dudes come in stomping big gorilla style, and it's like, now I got to. So if I want to be with you, I got to deal with this dude.
Right.
That's where the problems come. That's where, and dude, and then that's a move. I had a son early and at 19, and my son's mother would do that. She would come stomping around. So even if you met like a good girl, all she has to do is come around stomping around like a gorilla once or twice. And most people are just like, I barely know this dude. Yeah, it's fun right now, but like, no, thank you. And that's like a move that they play. And most do, and then unless you're like a guy where if a guy comes stomping around, and you go, oh, okay, you want to stomp around? I'll stomp around. Then now, guess what? You're throwing chincasos and stuff, man, and you're freaking, you have the police coming. You have the police coming, and now guess what? And now you're the guy possibly beating up on your girlfriend's and your girlfriend's kid's dad. And now I have to be in that situation. So that's where the drama comes.
That's true. Because now you're
dating a lady that has kids, and also dating a guy that has kids.
You're in her world. You're in the kid's world, and you're in this ex guy dude's world.
Yeah,
it's like all in you. And luckily with her though, like the baby's dad was a deadbeat and never came around.
Yeah.
So he was just like out of town, or was just like whatever.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, that's usually common with those.
Well, if you're dating a single mother, that's like the ideal thing. Until dude shows up. They always show up out of nowhere. They always
for
show
the child
up.
Support. They want that.
They do want the child support.
They don't want you around for the
They don't want you around for the other stuff, but they do want the child support.
Money,
generally,
I'll take that.
I have met women that don't want child support over the years, where they just don't want nothing to do with that dude. Like they don't, because one thing on a smart person, if they're paying child support, they have rights. They have rights generally. And sometimes mothers do not want you to pay child support because they want to do all the say. And if you get a cut on the like if you're legally paying, then you kind of have a say, and then they got to deal with you. So that's why a lot of times when they go deadbeat dads and like piece of shit dads and stuff like that, one of the reasons is it's like really if you scratch down below the surface, a lot of those mothers don't want the father around because they want to make all the decisions. And there's something to that, and for the good or the bad. I mean, the father could be a POS, and or they rather sell it that way, and to where it sounds terrible.
What if they say that and they come after you like 5 years later and then want your money, and then don't you have to pay all that back pay?
Absolutely,
dude. Because I've gone on the website. Have you ever gone to the website where you see people who are wanted for not paying child support?
Dude, I got an uncle that did. My uncle, I think, did some weekends. They threw him in the. Dude,
oh, really?
My uncle, man, they suspended his license for like my uncle. I told you, my uncle didn't have like a driver's license for like 20 years.
Damn.
I remember when he first got his license back.
What was the reason just for that?
Because he wasn't paying child support on his
take your
kids.
I didn't know that.
Dude, I remember when my uncle got his license back. Like when he got it back, he almost sounded like a 16-year-old when they got his license and stuff.
He's driving all around town.
Oh, he's happy, dude. Oh yeah, he's just burning. Yeah, he's just burning
everybody.
fuel. Just burning fuel, honk honk, driving by. I'm sure he's just driving all around. I'll drive, you know, because he hasn't driven for a year. Although he has driven, like the problem is with like guys like him to get their license suspended for like 20 years. They're doing illegal driving. A lot of times they're like, I gotta go, I gotta get to a job, I gotta get to whatever, and they're driving.
Oh, yeah. That's
so,
true.
but yeah, though, dude, I've had my uncle got thrown in there for it, and yeah.
But just for the weekend, like they're.
No, what happens is they'll throw him in there for the weekend, and then somebody like either you pay a certain amount on child support, and then they let you out.
No,
that's
shit.
like the move. But dude, I mean, you're talking this guy. I don't know what the numbers are, but like my uncle owed like I'm pretty sure like $30,000 type number. I mean, they want you.
And
I mean,
there's some I saw, and they're like hundreds of thousands. Like they're like,
dude.
That's never gonna.
You better you better get a Mr. Beast YouTube page going, bud, because you ain't ever gonna pay that back.
That guy's never popping his head back up either. Unless you have to catch him and tackle him.
Absolutely,
You're
dude.
Have to trip him.
That's what I'm saying.
And cuff him. You're not gonna. Yeah, that's
dude. You know, there's crimes in that. Like, look, I get it. Pay for your kids. I mean, 100%. But I don't know. There's sometimes where it's like you know, like poor guys and like working class
some girls
guys,
trick you.
And you get behind like $30,000, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, $30,000, $35,000 in child support to some guys. Most guys, like most regular average citizens, that's a lot of money. But then also you see on like you see on TMZ like about a month ago, 2 months ago, I seen Tyrese or whatever his name is, the actor from Fast and Furious. That guy's paying like. Dude, I think he's paying $200,000+ a month child support on a little kid. His kid's little still, and he's just beefing on there where it's like, this is ridiculous, and it is ridiculous.
It is,
when you're paying like $200,000 a month, and I know people go, he's got it, dude. Do the math. Do the math. I mean, what is that? I mean a year. And then if he's got like a 5-year-old, I mean, come on, dude.
And they're living this lavish
and that's
life
fair.
now.
And that's fair. Just because, look, man, there should be a decent amount so your kid lives normal.
Right.
But if we break up, and whoever it is, whether it's the woman that makes the money or the man makes the money, when we break up, the majority of the money stays with me. I'll pay my fair share. But you don't continue to live the lifestyle that you think you deserve just because you were with me, and that's the lifestyle that we led.
But also, if it's called child support, you would think that, this money that I'm giving you so much of should mostly be going towards the kid. But no, it's for when they're young. It's going to her, living her still lavish lifestyle.
That's right.
She's getting that much.
That's right.
I mean, the kid's going to get some, but she's continuing to live.
Yeah.
It's crazy, too, to think about how much... like depending on how much money you have, how little or big money, like to somebody, $30,000 doesn't seem like that much, but to others it does. Or someone like even $1,000. Let's say you want $1,000. To some people, it'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" To other people, it's like, it's $1,000,
dude.
For instance, there's at every Cubs home game, they have this thing they do between one of the innings where the umpire doesn't know anything about this game, or unless he sees it or hears from other people. They take the ball for the next pitcher coming in and they throw it towards the mound. And if the ball rolls and lands on the mound without rolling off, whoever's in the seat that they pick in the crowd wins $2,000.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So if you're some poor motherfucker, though, like in this game,
you go to a game,
dude, you might not make rent or something for that, and it's like June 28th, and you lost your job or whatever, but you already bought this ticket in advance, so you had going to this game.
Pretty cool.
And you see that ball fucking rolling, and it goes on the mound, and then slowly rolls off. Because most of these people, they're like, oh, but if I was in that seat, because they show that they have the camera on there, I'd be like, motherfucker. Fucking kidding me?
Do they tell you this? Do they tell you the seat of the person already before the ball rolls off, or is it a surprise? Do they go, okay, the winner is?
No, they know what's happening.
Oh, really?
So they're on like their. I mean, they're all trying to act casual because I'm sure someone like, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
But I would be like, I would probably like punch the guy next to me.
Yeah.
Like so pissed.
Oh, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. $2,000, like to me, even like $2,000. I have a little more money now, but nothing crazy. But that's still a decent amount. But some people, it's fucking.
It's nothing.
They pay you like twice that or more in child support, like you said.
Yeah. There's oh please there that is the one thing I always forget about, like every once in a while, like over the years where I told you I remember the first time I went out to LA and I was driving around the nice neighborhoods and I was looking at the landscape, and a guy at the time from Ohio, and I was driving around and I remember thinking, I never even knew that this was like there was. I never knew about houses like this, really. Like, I mean, I had nice houses in my town, but nothing like these. And I remember thinking I couldn't even afford the landscaping. How manicured some of these houses, landscaping it is. You'll see a guy out there manicured, beautiful bushes, and just, I'm like, I remember that was why I thought. I couldn't even afford the landscaping out here.
That's true.
So there's people,
a couple thousand for that.
Dude, there's people that in some of these nice neighborhoods in Chicago and throughout the country and the world that at Christmas time they'll hire somebody to put up fancy Christmas lights for like $5,000 to $8,000. They're putting $2,000 to $3,000 in Halloween, dude. Just in
big trees.
But not me. I'm out there on the bushes, and then the squirrels are eating the goddamn Christmas lights off the bushes, and I'm wanting to go get my damn 22 and because
Christmas vacation. You have to
dude.
Staple gun
I'm the one out there doing it,
and also like most of that stuff you're like hanging off the side of your roof of your house gonna fall down or on a tree trying to throw it up there.
And there's people that make money. But that's
doing that.
That's what I forgot. That I always, every once in a while I remember, like, oh, there's people out there that have money.
Yeah, there was a house like when I was in the LaGrange in Chicago that I grew up.
That's where Hasselhoff grew up at.
Yeah, he went to my high school.
Yeah,
and
LT, right?
Yeah.
You went to LT?
Yeah, Lyon Township.
Lyon Township. That's like a really great school for Chicagoland over there.
Yeah, they had. We originally moved from
best.
Florida, and I went to Park Junior High, which was like rated one of the top, or if not the top, one or two of the middle schools there. And then LT wasn't far behind in high schools. And then, we went. So there was really rich now, LaGrange, and there was a house on the end of the block that was like it was like a double lot, and they had like the biggest like tree. It was almost like Christmas tree shape thing, and it had just every year it was like decorated to the just to the nines, like all around. And they had like people coming over like for a couple days to put that up. Dude, how much money do you think that cost?
Dude,
like $5,000-$10,000 just to do that.
Yeah,
let's just throw away money to those dudes.
Yeah, dude, there. You know what? It's different layers, obviously, to money. There's people that have like there's lake house people. And there's people that have lake houses, and then there's people that have lake houses, and they still go to like Europe. They still go to here. There's no stop signs on.
Or if you you're a thief, and you just have like some people like
it's Home Alone.
I want to get like rich or whatever. And their eyes say it's like I'm gonna go rob that store or whatever. Another guy's like, I'm gonna rob a bank. Let's get fucking real. Like, you know what I mean? There's different levels to. Yeah. Someone robbing a gas station's not like thinking they're gonna like buy a house afterwards. You know what I mean? But that a bank robbery,
dude, that's like stupid robbery now. Like now the way to do it is
how do you get away with any of
it? No, the way to do it now is to just do your best to hack somebody's freaking crypto wallet and just steal a bunch of Bitcoin. That's all you got to do. It's like you find some whale's wallet, and you somehow, like, if you're the guy that's like the internet guy or whatever, and that's your world. I mean, and then you steal those wallets. And that happens, dude. That I haven't heard of it recently, but I'm sure it happens every day. My neighbor went to rehab. I talked to him today. I talked to my old neighbor in Chicago. Yeah, he's my buddy. And he went to. I brought up. I go, hey man, did you go to that Recovery Center of America? And he goes, yeah, that's where I went. He goes, I went twice. He goes, I went in Indianapolis and I went in St. Charles. And I go. He goes.
There's one in St. Charles. Why are we going to Indianapolis?
It didn't work the first time.
I tried to.
Dude, 2 times he went to rehab in the same year. $78,000. It cost him
2 times in the same year.
It cost him $78,000.
Is that what the insurance? You said the insurance.
He said it cost him. I don't know if he paid that.
Insurance.
Yeah. And dude, I didn't tell him, but because I wasn't thinking of it. But now that I hear that, because he just told me this a couple hours ago. Now that I hear that, and he's always complaining about his wife, how she fucking hates him sometimes and stuff. And I go, dude, if I would have cost my wife $78,000, if I would have cost my family $78,000 in rehabs in 1 year, my wife, any wife would have a problem with you.
I'd say
every wife would have a problem with you.
If you would have broke that down beforehand, I would it's better just keep them drinking.
Just keep them drinking.
Just keep them drinking. Try to keep it.
Honestly.
Try to keep it on the low. We don't have to call the cops or
especially,
get, police involved.
Look, I love that dude, man. But it's not like once he gets rid of the drinking problem that he had, that he's going to go back to being this guy that's like changing the world. Like he's not like Elon Musk or anything like that, where he has SpaceX and a boring company and Twitter and stuff. He's not. I love the guy, but he's not like a game changer. I'd rather you just take the $78,000 and like try to change your life that way. Just let him keep drinking. Put up with his bullshit.
I would, put up with your bullshit, but also like $78,000. Like you've heard of like people like destroying their lives with alcohol, but you want to be like, I want to hear the things that are say like. Alcohol can be a great thing. Most of the girls I've had sex with is because of alcohol.
Yeah, I know.
Like the first time, at least or whatever.
Most people.
Yeah, like most people, and like of course the
gets
bad
the
parts
party
are like
started.
that. But they should show like the bad side of that. Like I wanted my, quitting drinking would have cost me $78,000. I just put my husband out in the garage to drink and just shut the door down and just let him, like you said, just scream and yell and like throw shit around.
Dude, it's on average $1,000 a day for rehab.
1,000 a day.
1,000 a day.
What is it? I want to break down to those numbers. I want to know what that 1,000 includes. What are we doing here?
I don't know what they're doing.
On Apostropedic in there
I don't know.
Or something? Is he like getting like a fillet for dinner? We're talking 1,000 a day.
I know.
Like that's not going to his great lavish lifestyle he's having in it. It's a
maybe guys like that, like guys that are like drunks and like they didn't have too many drugs, I assume, back in the older days. But maybe those like the guys like say you're getting drunk in Portland and you're just like laying up beside a building in like 1800s. Yeah. Like early 1800s, and they just grab you and they just throw you on a boat and you go, you're working on the boat and whatever like that. And then they get knocked over the head and they're on a boat like rowing or freaking working on a boat while they're out there fishing and they're basically working for free and maybe that's what they used to do then and stuff to dry you out and say you're a horrible person for society. Get on this, like get moving.
Or they just tie you up like around a tree. Just leave you for
I don't know
days.
about that. And just let them die.
Or just dry him out, too.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or let him die, depending on how much of an asshole he is, when he's drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been the angry drunk. I've always been
me either.
I always like...
I've known angry drunks, though. I went to high school with a kid named James, and he was the first angry drunk I ever met. And, I mean, like, he wants to, like, start a fight with you every time he gets drunk.
Really?
Like, where you're going to fight. Like he fought every one of my friends. He didn't fight me. I knew to stay away from him I'm like, I keep this creep away from me.
That's the bad side. Like I've always been the hug guy. I would always go around hugging people.
Yeah, good times.
Good times.
I don't know why people are getting drunk and wanting to fight anyways. Dude, that's how people end up in jail and they're like, you killed somebody. And you're like, what? You're like, yeah, you fucking knocked somebody. I told you, dude, I worked with a headliner in Ohio and we were in a bar after a show. And somebody goes, hey, I'm going to go outside and smoke some weed. You want to go? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, you coming, dude, to the headliner? And he goes, no. And then I come back in after smoking some weed, and I go, hey, man, I worked with you in, like, Wisconsin not too long ago, and you were smoking weed, like, a year ago. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I was in he's from Dallas. And he said, I was in a bar on a Monday night, and some cowboy was jawing at him across the bar, like, all night. Like, as soon as he got there, just picking, zeroing him out and just like, picking on him. And eventually the guy walks over to him and he squares up with him. He said he punched the dude once. The dude went down and he just went right for the door. He said by the time he got home, from the security camera, his camera was on all three local news channels looking for him. And the dude cracked his head and was in the hospital and like in a coma type story. And luckily he came out of it. He had a rap sheet this long. That guy was on coke and he was a troublemaker. And but they put him on probation and stuff, and that's why he wasn't smoking weed and stuff.
So he had to go home.
He cracked him once and just left. It wasn't like
that cracked him?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can get it you can lose your life.
Dude, you can lose your life like that, just over just being like, look, I'm going to walk away from this.
Yeah, you'd be in prison or whatever.
Yeah.
For just shit. That's what I'm saying. Just you get, you bow up from just the. Someone comes at you, you pop them, and your life's over.
Dude, that's why like men and women need to watch Taking the Bait. Like watch Taking the Bait, man. Like watch it. Like watch it. I know it's hard to walk away from problems and stuff, but It was like I was talking to you the other night about like concealed carry. Like a lot of concealed carry guys, like guys that can legally carry a gun on them and stuff. And if there's a problem, they could freaking pull it out. If there's a serious problem, they can use it. But most concealed carry guys, when you talk to them, like the guys that are like experts and stuff, and they know what's up, it's better just to definitely, if you can walk away, walk away. If you can run away, run away. Because once you pull that trigger, even if it was like a very dangerous situation that was coming your way and you were in fear of your life, you got some explaining to do, and you got some, and you might have to go to court and actually. Yeah,
that's something when you do though. Like when you're a little older, you think about things a little bit more through. Like so many when you're young, you do things like you don't think of the repercussions. And someone calls you a pussy or a bitch, you're like, I'm not getting. Get away with that. I didn't get away with that.
Also, you think that legally that you got a concealed carry for that weapon, and then also it could be a horrible situation and you use it. But nowadays, how the laws are. They're not even really on your side. I mean, even if you're doing the right thing, that you think you're doing the right thing, and you could be doing the play-by-play right thing, and even if you do everything right, you still might have to go to court and freaking fight your way to freedom. And who wants to do that?
That's true.
And you've got to have the money for it, dude. You know how expensive lawyers are. Like people don't realize that's the real problem.
Is it more than going to rehab for a year?
Probably more than $78,000 going to rehab twice in a year, dude. It depends on what it is. I mean, how much do you think OJ paid to get out of that thing?
Shh, tell me about it. You know what? Like, you also can't. I can't believe like your friend said that. Like, that's all my wife or girlfriend would be like thinking about. I think would be just like you cost $78,000.
Yeah, they're gonna lose that, and that's what puts stress on a relationship. And if you start
drinking again after that,
and if you start drinking, then it's a problem. So it's again, like you cost us $78,000 and you're still a drunk.
Still drinking Miller
I'm
Lite?
done with you. That's and then because what happens is she could tell that story to anybody on the streets. It's like, why'd you get a divorce? Look, he was a drunk. Well, we tried to do rehab twice in 1 year. It was $78,000. He kept drinking. I couldn't do it no more. Yep. Who would argue with that?
Right. And did he ever say, like, what did they do to keep you? Did they just dry you out? Or
he told me at the time. I talked to him today about it and stuff because I was asking him. I was like, is that the place? And but he told me at the time they dry you out and stuff. They put you on some drugs. They try to put you. They put you in a program. They try to put you in a program and stuff like that. And
they're always smoking cigarettes. I feel like.
Because that's the only thing they have left. That's the only thing they could do and stuff. Yeah,
you need a new fix.
Oh, 100.
Get you off that.
100%, dude. Yeah,
they'll probably give you a carton of cigarettes right when you hand in your phone when you walk in.
Dude, I tell you what, man,
$1,000.
I am so glad that I have never had any like problems at this point. Because, dude, look, man, it's taken down better people than me and others, man. I mean, dude, like.
What do you mean? One of my exes, we used to like when I was drinking, we'd drink like Bacardi and Diet Coke like all night, and then we'd get in fights and we'd just like shake each other. Like,
really?
Push you up against the wall. We never like fight, but we were just like. Like it's
but that's how it goes to the next level. Like, that's how it goes to the next level. That's how it's like, she hurts you. And the next thing you know, you're smacking her around.
That's when those little comments come, like you clear your throat a lot, you leave the dishes in the sink. That comes out harder 100%, when you got, dude. 6 Bacardi and Cokes in you.
100%.
You leave those fucking dishes in the sink again.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, like the sirens are outside. Going off.
Dude, you ever think you'll ever live with another chick?
I hope not.
Yeah. I
mean, I think 10's a good number to end at. It's a nice, solid, even number.
Yeah, like if you're a rapper, like 10 albums is like a 10, good way to cap it.
Like 11. That's a little odd number.
Well, dude, you know another excuse is like when you bump into like another chick or like if you ever get you could just say, look, I'm not good at living with women. I've lived with 10 women, right? And I'm just not good at it. I'm better at living by myself. It's a sign of failure.
It's not like a proud thing. I mean, being a comedian, it's funny, like when you think about it, hindsight. But, chances are, like, unless I meet the right one, but I'm too much of a selfish asshole to like. I
know.
You know what I mean?
I'm not agreeing. I'm not saying you are, but I know what you're saying.
I just know me.
No. I'm not saying it. I did follow it up pretty quick, but what I'm saying is me too.
You can see going down that way.
But there's a lot of people. Like I am a selfish asshole. But what happens is eventually you bump into somebody where you just get better. You get better at it. And guess what? Your selfish asshole stuff, like I'm talking about for like me, like it will come out every once in a while, but it doesn't come out as much. It doesn't come out as much.
Right.
It only comes out where it's like, you know what I did, dude? You know what it is really? Like my wife and I and my son, like it's like that house is like theirs. And I'm kind of just like, it's more there. I feel like it's more theirs than mine. You know, it's mine. Yeah. Like the yard's mine. I'll mow the grass. I'll take care of the chickens.
But do you find yourself you'll go do that chicken coop or something just so you can have a little time to yourself?
No,
or just to get away.
Never have been like that. No, never have been like that.
You never like. Well, you said before, like it's like you can't. Like when you're living together, like you have a kid and a wife. Like there's nowhere or time to jerk off.
Freedom.
Anymore.
I got no freedom.
You can't have any time to yourself.
Yeah, like I told you.
Wiener.
Yep, I told you my wife. Like I have no free time. Like I could even just go up to like because my son, I got like almost a 3-year-old son, a 2.5-year-old son, and if I'm like gone for like 8 minutes somewhere in the house doing something, I'm just saying like anything. Like I could be upstairs putting my socks away in my drawer, and it's been like 6 minutes. My son comes looking for me, like where are you at? You know, so I got that going on. And then also, like, I could be, like, the same thing. I could be in the basement, straighten up for, like, 8 minutes. My wife will come down there and look for me. Like, and I told you the other day that my wife caught me beating off in the shower. And
what'd she say?
And she was like, what are you doing in there? And I'm just like, what, you know, and I'm acting like I'm thinking in the shower. And she's basically like, you're thinking with a boner.
Yeah, she's like, she said you're too quiet in there.
I was too quiet. Yeah, that's how she knew something was up. So I didn't know I got to be in there jacking off, banging pans and stuff like that. It's ridiculous.
Like, even in the shower, she knows. Like you just tried to play with your wiener a little bit in the shower, and she knows what's up.
Well, that's what I told you. And then you instantly got to abandon the operation. And then
she didn't pull back the curtain or anything, did she?
No, I know it's glass doors. Like she comes in, there's like glass doors. You can't even hide. Yeah, it wasn't even like I was behind a curtain. There's just
so was it clear glass doors?
Yeah, it's clear glass doors. Yeah, it's like so we remodeled that bathroom like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't have a wash rag down there.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Like, dude, with my son, we'll track you down. She tracks me down. She's on the hunt. All because she's just a fucking woman. They know what's like. What are you doing?
What do you think's worse, getting caught jerking off by like your wife or girlfriend, or like how I had like wet dreams and your fucking girlfriend wife finding out,
dude?
Because my
you know what that didn't even bother me though. Like her like catching me like that did not bother me.
Oh, that's good.
No, it didn't embarrass me. Like I.
But you have sex with your wife. I wasn't having sex with my girlfriend, and I was having wet dreams, and that's like you won't fuck me, but you're fucking people in your dreams. Like
explain that before we get out of here, man. Like explain that. So like you had a girlfriend that you were not having sex with for like a year.
Yeah, year maybe in 2 years. I probably had sex 2 times or something like that. It was like
which
real
is
low
crazy.
Numbers.
Which is no, it's just crazy to me because most people go like, we don't even have sex no more. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm out of here. Like I remember telling you like as a joke. Like I go, if my wife doesn't have sex with me in 2 weeks, I'm like already Googling like divorce lawyers. Like that's like most guys are like, we're done.
Yeah,
we're done. So for you to only have sex like twice in almost 2 years,
and
that's crazy.
She wasn't a very sexual person, and I don't know if she would blame it on medications or something too. But she never was from the get go. But so what happened? Like I'm gonna say maybe about 2015 or something. Maybe it didn't ever happen before. But we were having sex. I started having wet dreams like on the regular. Like this is like I'm talking maybe like at least once a week.
I don't think I've had a wet dream in like 18 years.
Dude,
and that one came out of nowhere where you 13. Go, what the hell?
I was like, I woke up and then like it's too late, and you'd always wake up. I don't know, like whenever you have wet dreams, but you'd always wake up right before it. It's like it's like they're fucking with you. You're like just about you can stop it, but you can't, and then you got fucking dirty underpants.
What's crazy about that thought is you don't have any control on your dreams and then what it's doing to your body. Like that's what's crazy about a wet dream is how your body's clearly doing something else when it's supposed to be on sleep mode.
One night I woke up with a wet dream, and I was also like embarrassed. I didn't want her to know because we're not having sex, so she's come at
question
me.
You. Yeah,
she's like, you're thinking of other girls, like
which is crazy because you don't have any. What's crazy about that thought is you don't have any control on your dreams and then what it's doing to your body. Like that's what's crazy about a wet dream is how your body's clearly doing something else when it's supposed to be on sleep mode.
Yeah, it's just like it should be doing like you know, like you wake up in some dreams, you're like, oh, it's a wacky dream or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wonder what's going on. You don't usually remember these wet dreams, or you might remember some of them. But
so you wake up with a wet dream, and
so like I didn't want my girlfriend to know, and I wasn't gonna wash my clothes, underwear right away. 'Cause she does the laundry. We both throw laundry.
Why don't you
together.
Just throw it in there? You think she's looking at your underwear, or just
throws
throws it all
like
in there?
I mean, it gets crusted up. You might grab a handful of underwear.
Totally
laundry,
overthinking
and then,
it, dude.
Like what? And well, yeah, I was panicking. It was also in the middle of the night. I'm like, got sleepy eyes and stuff.
Yeah. So what'd you do?
So I remember my friend used to like shit his pants when.
Well, that's different.
Not shit his pants, but when we were young, you know, you have an accident, think you're gonna shart. And he wrapped his underwear in tinfoil and put it in a Ziploc bag, and he threw it out in the trash. So that's what I did.
So you go and get tinfoil.
So
why would you get the tinfoil?
Just because in case like they were like wheeling out the trash can to get taken out when it's garbage day, like something fell out and you just see the underwear like there.
The fact that you wrap it in tinfoil, which I don't know if you're trying to keep the aliens away from it or something like that. I don't know why you're putting tinfoil around cummy underwear.
See what it is because it's Ziploc bags.
Oh, okay. And then you're putting it. You put it in a Ziploc.
So then I zipped up the Ziploc bag.
And then at night you run outside to the trash can.
So then I went out to the back.
Did you put clothes on?
It was just my like sweats and stuff I was in from sleeping, and then I put it on like just like slip-on shoes or whatever.
Oh my god!
Dropped it off, you know, like not on the very top because it looks very suspicious having a very clean Ziploc bag, like folded Ziploc, you know, the aluminum foil under there, and then but it started happening more. Mm-hmm. And when it happened when I was a kid, I used to hide it behind my dresser. Like my dirty underwear.
No, you know what?
That
I didn't do
shit or what.
I told you I didn't whack off until I was 21, but I would have wet dreams. I would have wet dreams, and I didn't know what it was. Like I you know what I didn't.
Don't you think that's your body telling you need to be jerking off?
Probably. That's probably what it was. And what I would do was I would go to the bathroom where a hamper was at, and I would just take my underwear and I would just jam it to the bottom of the hamper.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put it on top. I would jam it all the way to the bottom of the hamper, and then that's what I would do. I would throw on some new stuff and then
in all the way at the bottom.
Yeah. And I never heard my mom say anything about it. I'm sure she might have seen that or something like that.
She was doing your laundry,
Yeah, right. But what are you going to do? I mean, that's what teenagers, that was like, what are you going to do?
Well, you do what I do. You hide it behind your dresser, and then when you move 5 years later, 30 pairs of dirty underwear come rolling out. Like, swear to God, that happened. We were moving to Chicago from Florida, and I was all sad and stuff. And we're grabbing stuff out of the closet, and I had my dresser right there, and like all this underwear behind like fell out.
Oh my God!
And like it wouldn't even work hiding from my mom because my mom was right there because I was moving shit with her there. So she's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
You can't explain it. You're just like,
well, dude. You know what, man? Moms and like boys and stuff like that. That's just one of the things that they have to deal with eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to know that I'm still pulling these moves. Like when I'm in my later in life, I'm having wet dreams and shit.
Yeah.
But it's it's now that I live alone, I don't have to fucking
you don't have to worry about
my
that.
Wet dreams. I don't have to put it in tinfoil or worry about that. I can just throw it in the corner.
You could be you. Yeah. Let's get out of here, dude. Ryan, where can they find you at, dude?
Instagram, Ryan Andrews 76.
Yeah.
Then just on Facebook, Ryan Andrews.
Cool.
Whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Eric Pennell Comedy on most platforms. Bustin' Balls Podcast. Guys, if you like the podcast, please share it. If not, totally understand. Thank you guys for listening.